people are always making machlokas, and everybody's standing on the sidelines and not sure what to do. Right now, in the city of Lakewood, Ir HaKodesh, they built a beautiful building and a beautiful mosque. It's called the Beis Torah. It's an unusual building of its kind. It's Misham Teitzei Torah. In a beautiful place situated in the Makom covered for a Makom Torah. As that place, from where Kimitzi and Teitzei Torah, you can be sure, Ein la Kadosh Baruch Hu by Lamai, El Dalar Amish Shel Halacha Bovad. And some guy came with a taina, why do you put it over here? Why don't you put a Kadosh Baruch Hu in the back street somewhere? Why don't you hide a Kadosh Baruch Hu in the industrial zone? Why are you putting him on the main street over here? It affects other people's business. Now that person doesn't understand the following. That number one, wherever a Makom Torah comes, you know what that brings? Bracha. You know what bracha brings? It brings to your parnasa. When you have, first of all, the caliber of people that come to that Makom are not low caliber, beginning Yungalite. It's people already of a higher caliber, people who have actually accomplished something in their learning, and they have already Yediyas and Halacha, and they're here. That place is Meifetz Torah for Gans Klal Yisrael. They receive thousands and thousands of calls a month. It's amazing the numbers of calls they get. Chashav Rabbanim come and sit and they answer Shiloh's Mamish. Misalta Mishamna from Lakewood Kodesh. And the thing is under the thing of, and it's a Beis Hara. And some guy decides that he's a Paisik, Achrein, and this guy decides he knows more about Hara than this Beis Hara does. So if you're starting with a yeshiva, you can tell yeshivas don't know Hara. What does yeshivas know about Psak? They like learning Torah. But Beis Hara, you think they know something about Torah? And the guy decides, no, he's closing it down. Mamish, they open up the smoking. Now, first the shtus that the guy would think to go against Paiskim, he's being chayshit that everybody involved in that moisture that participates is supposed doing the Beis Hara is going shaloi kahira. Now, what does this guy have? What does this guy have smicha in? The only thing he has smicha in, he has yodin in absolute stupidity. That is he a master of. So here we have the master of stupidity, and on the other hand, we have the Beis Hara with the cream of the crop, Paiskim involved in it. So the guy goes after them, and he decides, not only that, the Chacham decides it ruins his business. I mean, Pashat, the thing that creates business, and the things that's the source of business. The Gemara says, if a person says about a Talmud Chacham, who's sitting and learning, that this Talmud Chacham is Pashat learning for himself, doesn't get involved, doesn't do for anybody, Lidi do curry, Lidi do tani, the Gemara says he's not because. And there's no chelik in him happen. Why is it Rashi? Why is that? So it's pretty extreme, no? Rashi said, because this guy thinks he's supporting him. He doesn't have that in all of his support and any hatzlacha that he has him, that guy sitting learning. You imagine that? So when you go and bite the hand off that feed you, not only that, you're chayshin that the hand that feeds you is pashat the hand that's stealing from you. A person should claim that a Makom Torah, which is a Makom from Misham Teitzi Kol Brach and Kol Hatzlacha, that is the place. Now people want to know, should I get involved, not get involved? No, what everybody should do, they should go over to the guy one after another and try to encourage him. Mister, you're making a mistake. With all due respect, you think it's going to shepherd your pronunciation, even if it wasn't a Beis Hara. Let's say it was a hotel. Or they're going to build soon, not far from there, an apartment complex. Big apartment complex they're going to build over there. So, do you think that one person's parnasa take away from your parnasa? Do you think really that's such a thing that somebody will take HaKadosh Baruch Hu not mazman new parnasa, and now the parnasa is going away? So the guy finally matzliach to shut the place down. Shut the place down. Closed. And And now, the beautiful building, everybody drove away. And the guy thinks that's going to bring a business. That's going to destroy any business he has left. It's going to destroy. Guy's playing around with his Olam Hazeh and his Olam Haba. For what? Go play with marbles. Go play with clinic. Go to the store and get kugelach. And play with kugelach. Get yourself a frisbee and play frisbee in the backyard over there. What are you starting up with a base? You're out of your mind. Now, the Torah has his ways of getting to people, and people think I'm right. Everybody thinks they're right. They can't step back. So if somebody would go over and tell that fellow, my dear friend, what are you doing? Don't mess yourself up. Your mom is messing your family up. You're messing yourself up. You're going to remember. You're going to be a guy about how the Medrash says, about the Mishnah says, the Shemer Shoyim Yirkam. You're not going to be remembered L'Toif. You're going to remember L'Ra. If you have any Havamim that this is going to make you enhance your standing of covenant, cloud Yisrael about the British. That's what you have understanding. But that's how people are. People get involved, they take positions, and they can't think straight. And that's what they do. But people have to go over to that person and have to encourage him. No. Do yourself a favor. Don't start up with a Makom Torah. That's a mistake. And the Torah tells us that when you see people, now, what's the tendency of people? Why should I get involved for? What's it going to help? What's it going to be? But now you have to understand like this. What mitzvah is this? If a person goes in the car of Levavis, what mitzvah is this? Know what this is? This is an expression of the mitzvah of Avas HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Rambam in the Sefer HaMitzvahs, Mitzvah Gimel, he writes, he said, Tzivonu ba'avosa yisalu. A Yid is commanded to love Hashem. Now, how do you love Hashem? There's different ways of loving Hashem. And he says, the Rambam says, you want to know one of the ways of loving Hashem is? He says, you call the Bnei Adam Kulam to become dedicated to avodas Hashem and to believe in Him. Do you tell somebody, do you believe Hashem's going to take away your parnasa because you're mechazik a kol hira, a yeshiva in the Makom Torah? Is that what you think? Here's a fellow opened the yeshiva on a certain block, and the neighbor got all uptight, got all upset. Chutzpah, they come to rent the house and make the yeshiva next to my wife is angry, my this angry. Call the guy, my friend. You know, there's a law in Shulchan Aruch. If the Shulchan Aruch says a yeshiva is a disturbance next to a person, you couldn't have it. The halacha wouldn't allow. If the Torah believed that having a yeshiva next to a person's house, no, I understand the guy comes to his block, he wants a private block. He don't want to have anybody's block. You give me a block, I don't want anybody in my block. I want to have all the blocks for myself. But we live in a world, a social world, just like I have a schus to have, they have a schus to have. If yeshiva has a schus al pi halacha to move next to you, if you have a tainit, you're a Russia. I don't care what your wife is uncomfortable. My wife, that's what the guy tells me. My wife likes to drink her coffee in the morning, and she doesn't feel comfortable sitting in the porch with all the bachar running around the way. I said, so build a wall. That's their right. But what if your wife told me she doesn't like to have a neighbor next door because the neighbor likes to drink the same coffee as her? Or let's say she brings her baby out, the neighbor, and the baby cries her eyes. Or what if the guy who comes out, he works a night shift, so in the morning when your wife drinking no coffee and you woke up from her good beauty sleep, that guy decides he's going out to smoke a cigar and drink a cup of coffee and watch his baby who's crying on top of his lungs on his porch in his undershirt and sits. You understand? Your wife is very uncomfortable having that next door. Is that a time? No, it's not a time. I'm sorry for you. I understand you. You could share, you the mud share. I call the diet up. You know, tell me, we have this every month. They get another stick. Can I know our language? A lot of what you call it. So we got calls all the time. There's no grounds for a case. We don't want to take such a case. Then they make a deal. Okay, that the shield bacher is not allowed to go on their on their property. The bacher play in the back. You know what it is? They play in the big backyard. They go overlook that guy's backyard, and they have diners. So great. So somebody goes on your yard. You got to move. You have a schus to move? No. What do? You put a fence up. Why should I put a fence up? You put a fence up. Because you don't want the guy in here. You put a fence up. What? The Shiva tells people, don't go over that side. Everybody thinks always they're right. They don't understand. Avos Hashem is, you go to say to Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I love HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And loving HaKadosh Baruch Hu is bringing people to serve Hashem, to believe in Hashem, to have emun in Hashem, to have rotz in Hashem. And if a person will love HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so what you have to do is the following, he says. You have to love your fellow man. So just like when somebody you love, you're going to be mesaper v'shvachav, you're going to tell people to like this guy, he's a real nice guy. Do the same thing. If you like HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he says, you're going to call the least suffix, the fools, and the pesim, he says, he calls them the fools, the tipshim, and the shaitim. You're going to tell them, you're going to introduce them, ladas, yediyas, emes, you know, and that's what's called, no, you have to do a blessing. You have to do a blessing. You have to introduce people, their positions that are the positions of Hashem. You have to introduce them to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what you have to do. So this whole halacha of being makir somebody to HaKadosh Baruch Hu is mamish a mitzvah of Avos Hashem.